The best women's soccer players in the world are leading the way. The National Women's Soccer League will be the first U.S. team sport to resume play with a soccer tournament this summer. With the regular season on hold due to the pandemic, the league will host the Challenge Cup in the Salt Lake City area from June 27th to July 26th. All 9 clubs will compete in the 25-game tournament. Here's NWSL Commissioner Lisa Baird.
The NWSL is going to return to competition this summer with the inaugural 2020 NWSL Challenge Cup presented by new partners Procter & Gamble and Secret. This very innovative 25-game tournament will kick off on June 27, 2020 at beautiful Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman, Utah. And it'll conclude a month later on July 26, 2020.
And with that, we say hello and welcome to CBS Sports HQ alongside Sherry Burris. I'm Hakeem Dermish. This is the NWSL Challenge Cup tournament draw, and we're excited to have Commissioner Lisa Baird in studio with us to set the stage.
Yeah, Commissioner, thank you so much for being here. We are so excited to have you, and it's really been an exciting time for you getting to start as Commissioner and kicking off this tournament.
Thanks very much, Sherry. I'm really pleased to be here. Before we get started, I do have a statement to read for all Americans out there. I want to acknowledge the reality of what is happening in our country right now. The NWSL, our athletes, our owners and officials stand in solidarity with those demanding justice and equality. Our country simply has to do better and be better. Our league will do everything in our power to help advance the change this moment requires. Your league is in a unique position of now.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. Getting started here with the Challenge Cup that's upcoming. Your league is in an interesting, unique spot right now. You would be one of the first pro teams to come back in the U.S. to play. And you just took over as Commissioner early March, right before the whole sports world came to a screeching halt. Just what is the emotions for you in all this coming in and pulling this tournament together?
Well, you know, I have to say it has been a sobering time. I joined and I really believed this was going to be my dream job, and it was, and it still is. But I started on March 10th, and 2 days later, along with many other sports leagues, in an incredible day on March 12th, we shut down our preseason. And after that, it's been 9 weeks of working with medical professionals, working to find the right host city, and with our Players Association side by side to really bring the tournament to life.
What does it say about the NWSL that you're leading the way here in the United States to have the first team sport back in action this summer?
Well, you know what, I think we're pretty excited, and I've gone on record saying we didn't intend to be first, but I think that sometimes there's an advantage to having a smaller footprint. We have 9 teams. I can reach my owners at any point in the day, and so really the ability for us to collaborate with our team physicians who formed our medical task force, Brooke and Yael on our Players Association. So the smallness, the agility of us, I think, made us in the first position.
A very close-knit league and a community that you have in the NWSL. This tournament is the league's first competition since the 2019 championship, which saw the North Carolina Courage defeat the Chicago Red Stars to become back-to-back champions. And while there's not going to be spectators, Lisa, at this competition, at the tournament, we know fans can watch on CBS All-Access, opener, and the championship on CBS. How did the tournament come together?
Well, the first part was really determining, again, with the medical professionals, how we could do this well. And so I will tell you, a lot of the protocols that we put into place around safety did help guide what we want to do. But what I knew that Americans would really welcome back in a year when the Olympic Games was postponed and we weren't going to see those incredibly talented players in the Olympic tournament is I felt like we could bring a burst of excitement in a single elimination knockout tournament to all Americans. And it's our chance to be front and center and get America to fall in love with these incredibly gifted athletes.
You mentioned there's some concerns about COVID and the coronavirus that's happening in our country and around the world right now. What extra safety measures and precautions are you taking with the athletes, the staff, and all those that are going to be involved?
It's a full portfolio of initiatives, starting with education of the players, the staff, extensive hygiene and sanitization now at the team's facilities and will be put in place into Utah. But I think the biggest initiative that we've taken is we're creating a protected environment of what we call the NWSL Village, where we are going to be hosting all of our teams, the staff, the trainers, in one beautiful setting in Harriman, Utah.
As you take a look at this tournament and we run through the details of the tournament, we know all 9 clubs are going to be competing in the 25-game tournament. As we take a look here, the top 8 club advance to the quarterfinals, knockout phase here, semifinals and final played at Rio Tinto Stadium in Utah, the championship game on CBS on July 26th, which we're excited about. How was Utah selected as the host?
Well, you know, early on, Utah as a state caught our eye because of the way that the state public health officials have been managing the COVID. So they've really done an incredible job to bring the state to their current stage. I think then when I went out to do host city visits with Deloy Hansen and really got to understand the quality of the facilities that are going to be available to our teams, the beauty of Utah, which I've known for a long time given my Olympic experience, it was a host city bid that just couldn't be beat.
Yeah, the 2002 games were fantastic. They did a phenomenal job, the Olympics there.
Yeah, they were really great there. Commissioner, thank you so much for the time.
Thanks so much for having me on.
Yeah.
All right, much more ahead. When we return here on CBS Sports HQ, we'll reveal the matchups for the preliminary round. Who's playing who? This is the NWSL Challenge Cup tournament draw on CBS Sports HQ.
Let's get to the reveal. These slots were computer generated randomly. Nobody has seen these results until right now. Here's how this is going to work. We'll be revealing the slots, and this will determine the 4 games in the preliminary rounds. We're going to start with 9, work our way all the way to 1. There's no advantage for these teams 1 through 9. This just determines the schedule. From there, 8 of the 9 teams advance to the quarterfinals. And here's a look at the 9 teams that will be playing in the 2020 Challenge Cup. North Carolina Courage are the reigning champions, winning the past 2 titles. All right, Commissioner Baird, we want to have you explain what exactly is in these envelopes and how you're going to reveal them.
Well, this is pretty exciting. These are all 9 teams in the National Women's Soccer League, and we're doing this randomly. So what's going to happen now, fans at home, is we're going to, Sherry's going to pick the first name, and we're going to learn about the first team, and this is how it starts.
All right, you ready?
Yes, I am.
Let's go. Let's start with number 9.
All right, number 9 today is, we have the Orlando Pride.
When you hear names like Alex Morgan, Ali Krieger, Sydney LaRue, and former Women's World Player of the Year, Marta, you expect a team with such stars to be the top of the heap.
And we are underway in Orlando.
But that was not the case for Orlando in 2019.
No reason for her to allow Jody Taylor to out-muscle her line. Candy's had to do a better job now.
In Utah, Marta will still be the one pulling the strings in the midfield.
Marta.
There is only one direction for Orlando to go. The question is, are they up for it?
Including all my owners.
All right, well, they will be playing the 7th slot and 1 slot you're seeing here last year. They finished with a record of 14, 6, and 4. Bottom of the standings, so they'll have their work cut out for them. But let's keep moving along. Revealing the number 8 slot, Lisa. I'll give you the envelope.
All right, here it is. All right, fans at home, number 8 in the slot is OL Reign.
OL Reign are not a new team to the NWSL, but they will be taking a new approach with Reign FC now consigned to the trash bin. The name is not only the new thing. They have a new head coach in Farid Benstiti. The Frenchman Benstiti has England international Jodie Taylor and Wales international Jess Fishlock composing the spine of his team. He also has reigning NWSL Rookie of the Year Bethany Balser to light up the score sheet. Expect Benstiti to instill a more proactive approach as the team looks to go one step further in the postseason.
OL Reign coming in that 8th slot. They will be playing the 6th seed. We will get to that. Last year's record for them was 10, 6, and 8. All right, well, let's keep it moving here. Number 7. Lisa, can you reach that card?
Yep, I can. All right, I think I can do this. All right, in the number 7 position, we have the Portland Thorns.
The Portland Thorns are a well-oiled machine, but part of that machinery is their home crowd. Thankfully, head coach Mark Parsons has a well-organized, structured side that has outstanding talent to fit his 4-2-3-1 system. Costa Rican international midfielder Raquel Rodriguez and U.S. women's national team veteran midfielder Lindsay Horan run the show in that system. And with 2020 #1 draft pick Sophia Smith and all-time leading international goal scorer Canadian Christine Sinclair spearheading the attack, this should be a fun team to watch in Utah.
All right, there you have it, the 7th slot, the Portland Thorn FC. You see it here. They're taking on the 9th seed Orlando Pride and will be taking on the 5 seed. They made it all the way to the championship game in 2018. All right, we keep things moving here. Lisa, number 6 reveal.
All right, number 6, fans at home, players. New Jersey Sky Blue.
Sky Blue FC have the only female head coach in the league, but that suits Freya Coombe just fine, as she looks to turn her little team into a big surprise package. With U.S. international and face of the franchise, Carly Lloyd, operating as their number 9. Her service and distribution will be key for this team to win games. Sky Blue had problems with goals in 2019, scoring just 20. But in a short tournament setting in Utah, this team could swing a few upsets.
In the 6th slot, you see it here, Sky Blue FC missing the playoffs with that record of 5-14 and 5. They will be taking on the 8th slot, OL Reign, as we just told you. Now let's move into the top 5, shall we? Commissioner Baird, do you want to pick up that number 5 card for us?
Here we go. Number 5, we've got last year's reigning champions, North Carolina Courage.
The 2-time defending NWSL champions, North Carolina Courage, have a target on their back again.
Now the shot and a goal!
They have the most balanced team in the league and have a lethal 1-2 punch in attacker Lynn Williams and Brazilian midfielder Debinha.
North Carolina scored again!
On top of goals, they do it with defense. Goalkeeper Steph Lobby, along with center back Abby Dahlkemper, form the best axis in the league. Their 4-4-2 box midfield formation plays to those strengths and will wear opponents down.
All right, North Carolina Courage, back-to-back NWSL champions. They are the 5th slot. They'll take on the Portland Thorn FC and the 7th seed. And then also the 3rd seed. They had the best record last year at 15-5-4. As we move along, our bracket nearly complete. Only 4 teams left. Commissioner, I'm going to give you the 4 envelope.
All right, thank you. Number 4, we have our host city, the Utah Royals.
If there's one team under pressure for the next month, it is the NWSL host Utah Royals. Coming off of 2019 where they lost 4 of their last 5 games, new head coach Craig Harrington has work to do. Midfielder Diana Matheson will be tasked with supplying the Royals up top, with attackers Amy Rodriguez and U.S. international Kristen Press shouldering the scoring responsibility.
Press, shot, and that one finds the back of the net.
Of all the teams heading to Utah, the host could be the one springing the biggest surprise.
Utah Royals FC, as we said, hosting this tournament, getting the 4th slot. They are taking on the 2nd seed, which will soon be revealed. They finished 10-10-4 in 2019. All right, we move on to our top 3, the final draws and slots for this upcoming tournament. I give you number 3.
Number 3, and here's the reveal. We have the Houston Dash.
2019 was a year to build on for head coach James Clarkson and the Houston Dash. That means chemistry, hard work, and organization will be needed to keep this team in games. Clarkson will be relying on England international Rachel Daly. The attacker is the engine of the Dash.
Daly shot, and Daly scores!
And if midfielder and U.S. international Christine Mewis can step up and provide Daly and company with service, the Dash could be making some noise come late July.
All right, Houston Dash in that 3 slot. They'll be taking on the North Carolina Courage. As we told you, they are the reigning NWSL champions. They're coming off a 7-12-5 season. All right, Commissioner, only 2 teams left to reveal. We have number 2. Tell us who it is.
Number 2 coming into this position, we have the Washington Spirit.
Head coach Richie Burke has the youngest team in the league, but boasts some quality U.S. Olympic team talent to power the Washington Spirit.
She scores!
Number 10, Rose Lavelle,
Goal for Washington!
and Andy Sullivan are one of the most dynamic central midfield duos in the league and will help Burke's team apply pressure at both ends of the pitch. And if draft pick Ashley Sanchez can hit the ground running, the Spirit will haunt more than a few teams in Utah.
All right, the second slot going to the Washington Spirit. They take on 4-slotted Utah Royals FC. All right, there's only one team left. We know who they are, but Commissioner, who's in that last envelope?
In the last envelope, we have the Chicago Red Stars.
The Chicago Red Stars were the second highest scoring team in the NWSL in 2019 and sported the league's best record away from home. But their season ended in disappointment as the goals dried up in the championship final. The big question for the Red Stars in 2020 is, how do they replace Golden Boot winner Sam Kerr? The answer could be an attacker, Yuki Nagasato, whose 8 goals and 9 assists helped pace Chicago in 2019. Chicago's high press and lethal counterattack will be key if they are to get back to their championship final.
All right, there you have it. All the teams slotted for the 2020 NWSL Challenge Cup, 9-1. Now, all these teams, the way they were drawn, it's going to determine the 4 games that they will play in the preliminary rounds. The games are set when we return here on the NWSL Challenge Cup Tournament Draw Show. You see her there. We're joined by OL Reign's Allie Long. Welcome back to the NWSL Challenge Cup Tournament Draw Show on CBS Sports HQ, along with Hakeem Dermish and Commissioner Lisa Baird. I'm Sherry Burris. Let's show you the details for this upcoming tournament. 9 clubs each play 4 games in a preliminary round. The top 8 advance to the quarterfinals, which will be a knockout phase. The semifinals and finals will be played at Rio Tinto Stadium with a championship game on July 26th. You can watch that on CBS.
All right, here's a look at the first 3 match days of the tournament, with things kicking off on June 27th. Live sports are back. Let's go, right? The 2-time defending champ North Carolina Courage facing Portland Thorns FC, and the number 1 slot in the tournament, the Chicago Red Stars, who lost North Carolina in the championship, taking on Orlando Pride. And let's welcome in OL Reign midfielder and U.S. Women's National Team member Allie Long, who helped the U.S. win the World Cup last year. Allie, thanks for joining us. When you heard that the NWSL was coming back with a summer soccer tournament, your first reaction was what?
Oh, I was so excited. I think being home for so long and kind of just waiting for football to be back, it's been such a long time, it feels like, and I'm so pumped and I can't wait. I think that it's going to be so much fun, and I'm just really excited to get back to just playing football again.
Allie, the OL Reign will play this tournament as it will play the 8th seed. What do you think of the potential matchup for your squad against 6th seed Sky Blue FC?
I think Sky Blue is going to be a really good team. They have a lot of new players. They have a good new coach that's coming in, and I know she was there last year as interim, but she's coming in and she's making big time moves, grabbing players, and I think that they're going to be a team to look out for this year. So I'm excited to play them and excited to see their growth, and it's going to be a good game. In this league, anything can happen. Every team is great, so I'm just pumped to play.
Allie, this is a really unique position, as Commissioner Baird had said off the top of our show here. What does it say about the league to be the first team sport in the U.S. to play games since the pandemic has begun?
I'm actually really proud of us. I think that, we're taking an initiative instead, rather than just waiting around and reacting and hoping things will get better. I feel completely safe with all the protocols that are in place. And, we've already had 3 tests and everyone's tested negative. We're starting our preseason now. So I'm just really excited, and I'm proud to be a part of a league that's willing to take an initiative. I think they know how much we all as players want to play, and I just hope that and I'm really thankful for you guys, CBS, to just be able to stream and bring live soccer, live sports back in a time that hasn't been so great. So I hope it can bring some joy into some people's lives while they're watching.
Hey, Allie, it's Commissioner Baird. You're used to playing in this fast tournament type of matchup. What are you thinking about all the players for the NWSL and going into this format? What words do you have for your fellow players?
Well, I just think that, in any world tournament, this is how the format is. So it's kind of a look into what that's like, whether that's the Olympics are a little bit tighter, but like a World Cup format. So I think it's exciting, and I don't expect every single player to come into this tournament have to play 90 minutes and push themselves. I think that it's just a great platform to, get games in. We're so lucky. We don't. I feel so grateful, and I think us as players should feel grateful for the fact that we have football back. And I think it's just a good look into what a world tournament's kind of like. And anytime we can compete, this is going to be growing our game. This is going to be a place for everyone to kind of look at the NWSL and grow the game. So for girls, for boys, for everyone. So I'm just really excited to play, and I appreciate all the work that you've put in to make this happen. And of course, CBS for bringing it home to everybody.
Allie, we appreciate it. We're looking forward to the games. We're looking forward to seeing you all back on the field. A 2-time NWSL champion, of course, a World Cup champion as well. Allie Long here on CBS Sports HQ. Allie, best of luck in the tournament.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Allie Long is a 2-time NWSL champion. The #1 seed in the tournament, the Chicago Red Stars, looking to get back to the championship game. The club's newest acquisition, forward Kalia Watt, will be making her Red Stars debut in the tournament. Watt was the captain of the Houston Dash the past 3 years prior to being traded. Here's Watt on what it means to get back on the field.
This situation is so unique because during quarantine and all of the terrible COVID stuff, we really couldn't play soccer. And I don't think a lot of us have been in that situation in a long time. And so I have felt so much like thankfulness just to be back on the soccer field and to get to play again. And I think that's what's so exciting about the tournament is everyone is just so thankful. For a while, we didn't know if there was going to be a season this year. I know a lot of people thought there wasn't going to be a season this year. And so that will just bring so much more passion and just excitement to be playing.
I think the one constant here, we've heard from Kalia, we've heard from Allie, it's thankfulness that we're having sports back. We as sports fans, of course, excited to have live sports with the NWSL Challenge Cup. And here's a look at the odds to win the Challenge Cup in Utah. 2 sites in the Salt Lake City area. These are the odds according to our friends at William Hill. North Carolina Courage, the 2-time defending champ, the favorite at +160, followed by Watt Chicago Red Stars at +300. Again, the NWSL will be the first American team sport to resume play with a summer tournament beginning June 27th. You can catch every match on CBS All-Access, with the opener and the championship game also airing live on CBS.
For Hakeem Dermish, NWSL Commissioner Lisa Beard, we appreciate the time. I'm Sherry Burris. Thanks for joining us on CBS Sports HQ.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.